Welcome to Portsmouth, where in just a few minutes' time, on that piece of sand just over there, an unusual vehicle is about to appear. And I'm going to get on it, over to the Isle of Wight over there. This is the world's last remaining passenger hovercraft. The Isle of Wight is home to around about 140,000 people, and there are multiple different methods to get there. All of them by sea. There is no airport, so if you want to get to the island, you need to go over the sea. A lot of them are just regular ferries, but this is by far the most interesting. What makes this hovercraft even more unusual though is it is integrated into the UK train network. You can actually book a train ticket from the mainland of England over to the Isle of Wight via the hovercraft, which I think is awesome, and that is exactly what I've done. So join me as we take the world's only remaining passenger hovercraft. So my journey starts here at Portsmouth and Southsea station. Now, I actually arrived here last night. However, if you are to get a through ticket, this is the station you would come to in order to get the bus over to the Hoverport. This is a really nice looking station actually. It's like, you can tell that at some point this was the terminus, and then later on they built this little extension in order to go down to Portsmouth Harbour, which is where you would get the ferry over to the island. But I need to go and find where the Hoverbus actually departs from. I think it's over there, but I don't actually know for sure. I was looking at signs and it just said pointed out of the station. So, yeah. So that rather faded sign does say that that's where the Hoverbus leaves from, so I'm going to believe that. I was right, it's just over the road. So I have about 15 minutes till the bus departs, so I'm going to go find some breakfast. And there's a Greg's right here. Perfect. Cup of tea, bacon roll. Good start to the day. So although it's called the Hoverbus, it doesn't actually hover. Although it would be interesting to sort of start it directly outside the station, hover over to the Hoverport, and then just hover all the way to the Isle of Wight. That would be cool. But yeah, it's probably not practical. Yes, it's just a standard bus that takes you to the Hoverport, which is why it's called the Hoverbus. As you can see there, it's due in 7 minutes, and this bus is included in the train ticket. Otherwise, I think it costs you like £2.10 or something for the bus, which is actually quite a lot of money for a journey that's only like 10 minutes. Hey, yeah, I've got a train ticket for the Hoverport. Okay. Yeah. Do we need to scan that or?
No, I'll put you on.
Cool. Oh.
Thank you. That's it all done.
Oh, great, thanks. Here we go, that was easy, on our way. Quite a few people on this bus when I first got on, but now everyone's disappeared, and I'm the only one. I think this bus is actually used as a just a local bus as well, people just to get around the city. But it mostly serves, or is designed to serve the Hoverport from the city centre. It actually starts at Portsmouth Harbour, so if you're staying in the Portsmouth Harbour area, then you can just get the bus direct from there to the Hoverport as well. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, bye. So I'm actually not getting the next hovercraft, although I have arrived in time to get it. So it leaves in like 10 minutes. So that's awesome. And I was hoping you could see through these windows to see the hovercraft arriving, but these are so mucky. And then I was also hoping I'd get around there onto the beach to have a look. But they're doing stuff. They're like building things. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to find another viewing spot to see the incoming hovercraft. I had no idea there was like an amusement park here with a wimpy. I don't think think I've ever been to Wimpy, like ever. I must try that at some point. Ah, I can see the hovercraft coming in. It's over there, way off in the distance. It looks like they're building some sort of sea defence over there. There's a lot of rocks. It's like it's doing a handbrake turn. That looks cool. This is actually pretty awesome. Oh, you can really hear it. And over to the side there, you've got the regular ferry as well. That does look so funny. It was on the sea and now it's on the land. So that's cool, isn't it? My trip isn't for another hour though. During the day they run it on a 1 hour frequency. In the peaks I think they do it half hourly. And they can increase the frequencies for like events or busy days like in the summer or something like that. So I need to think of something to do for an hour while I wait. Oh, incidentally, I just spoke to a local. They said they're building a beach over there, and they're going to actually put proper sand on it, rather than this sort of rocky stuff that's down here, the shingle. So, according to her, it's going to be open in June 2026. So, put that date in your diary. Unfortunately, I'm here too early for the amusement park. I have no idea when it opens or what's inside. I just saw a roller coaster from the distance as I was coming in on the bus. There's also a Ferris wheel and a pier. Right, there's the roller coaster in the background there. And a runaway train. Never coming back. There's a Treasure Island Adventure Golf. That's good. I quite like mini golf. So many signs saying ATM inside. I wonder if this is just like cash only and that's why they keep saying, go get your money from here. So let's talk about the price of this thing, because I found a little trick to get this cheaper. So if you were to book directly with the Hovercraft, just as a standalone journey directly with HoverTravel, it would cost you £24.60. If you want to add on the bus to here as well, that's an extra £2.10 for a total of £26.70. But my little trick that I found, book it as part of a train trip. So obviously you can integrate it into a longer journey. So say you're in London and you want to go to Isle of Wight, you could just book a ticket from, say, London Waterloo to Shanklin, which is one of the stations on the Island Line. You can do that and they'll charge you the appropriate price. However, if you want to do it as a standalone journey, you can put your starting point as Portsmouth and Southsea station and then choose any station on the Island Line. In my case, I've just chosen Lake for no reason other than why not? And the total charge for my trip, which included the bus, the hovercraft, and a one-way journey on the Island Line, £23.80. So that's a saving of like £2.90. Okay, it's not a big saving, but it's still a saving. So yeah, that's my top tip of the day. Book this as a train trip. And you can use your rail cards, so you can get 1/3 off that price as well. Okay, it's time to check in and let's get on board. Hey, that's my ticket.
Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Cheers.
That was easy. Just scanned my train ticket and we're done. Now we're in this waiting room. A nice view out over the Solent. This is exciting. Come on in. Hoverbus. Morning. This seat's really comfy actually. For something that's only for a 10-minute journey, it's really nice. So much better than some train seats, especially some first-class seats as well. You've got what looks like life jackets underneath here behind this blue cover. These windows are rather dirty, but I suppose that's to be expected. Lots of sandblasting. So we can see on the safety information, this is called a Griffon Hoverwork 12,000 TD hovercraft. I believe they have 2 of these hovercraft in the fleet. Hovercraft plural? I'm going to say it's plural. They are based on the Isle of Wight, so the second hovercraft is on their base over there. So we'll probably see that as we arrive. I have a feeling this is going to be quite noisy, so I'm going to put my microphone up here so you can actually hear me. The cushions have inflated. And we're flying.
To the safety people say that life jacket instructions. Life jackets are shown on the safety notice in 3 steps. Place the life jacket, pass them out, round your waist.
This is awesome. You can see just how fast we're going. We're overtaking this car ferry. This is the fastest way to travel between Portsmouth and the Isle of Wight. It's only 10 minutes. I'm not quite sure how long the ferry is, but it's longer. And I think it's because there's very little resistance. We're literally sitting on a pocket of air. So we are effectively flying. I am flying right now. Okay, I'm flying like a couple of millimeters above the surface, but I'm still flying. It's actually fairly smooth. It's a little bit bumpy, but it's kind of just like travelling through very light turbulence. And I mean very light, because you haven't got the like uppy downy. It's sort of a bit slightly bumpy. I don't know why there aren't more of these in the world. There should be more. I appreciate it for a lot of people. This isn't very novel. It's just their normal everyday travel. But for me, this is the very first time I've been on a hovercraft, and this is probably the only hovercraft I will ever travel on. I mean, I might make the journey a few more times, but I may not travel on another hovercraft anywhere else in the world. So I'm going to enjoy this. The Isle of Wight is gradually coming into clearer view. We'll be pulling into Ryde, which is the town on the far north of the island, and again we'll be landing on the beach. And then from there, if you are making a journey onwards on the train, it's just a very short walk over to the nearest station, which is Ryde Esplanade or Esplanade. I'm going to go with Esplanade. I'm sure someone will correct me if it's not right. Looks like we made land about a minute ago. This shoreline seems to be very shallow. The tide looks to be out. So it's a long journey along the beach to get to the port.
We are approaching Ryde and would ask, for your safety and the safety of others, that you please remain seated until the hovercraft has landed and the doors have been opened. We would like to thank you for travelling with HoverTravel. If you are visiting the Isle of Wight, we hope you have a very pleasant trip. And if you're returning, welcome home.
Well, that was very quick. And there you go, the cushions have deflated. Oh, now to get my big heavy bag back on my back. Ooh, smells like the sea. Thank you. So there we go, that was cool. And there's the tracks of the Island Line. Literally right outside. How amazing is that? That was awesome, I love that. So you can see the second hovercraft over there. So I was on the Solent flyer. Over there you've got the Island flyer. It looks like the Island flyer is having some work done to it. The skirt's kind of hanging off. Maybe one's just for like a backup. I think they can run a single hovercraft on a half-hour frequency. So welcome to the Isle of Wight. I'm actually going to be spending a couple of days here. So make sure you subscribe so you can see my future videos. I'll be spending time on the Island Line and also the steam railway and maybe a few more places. We'll see what happens. But also, if you want to become a member of the channel, here's a list of my current members. You can become a member by clicking the join button and get access to exclusive content and also all of my videos a week early. And also a very, very big thank you to all my current members. You guys are awesome and you are able to make trips like this possible. So thank you very much. Thanks again, and I'll see you again soon.